Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Level Up series. This is episode 59, and today, I've got something fun planned. So, I've had this on the radar for a good while now, and I'm so glad I'm finally able to create the structure, as well as the exact spot it's located. I've been wanting to use that spot for a very long time now, and I love the fact that I've added a couple things this way in recent episodes. So, heading on over to the love garden. To begin us off, we got this user at the bottom, in Dirty, who left a very nice comment on last episode, which last episode, as you can see, was the church I built. And I appreciate that, so welcome. You are now a part of the world. So, next part, and I'm moving a little swiftly, but yeah, gotta hop to it, you know? Let's see. Our scripture for today is right here. 1 Corinthians 10:13 in the NIV translation. No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind, and God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, He will also provide a way out so that you can endure it. So, we will experience a lot of temptation in our lives, and it's important that we learn how to overcome that. And as you can see in that scripture, God has provided us a way. No matter what situation we are in, God has provided us a way for us to push through it, to bear through it. No matter how difficult it might seem, God has not put something upon us that we cannot endure, or that we cannot hope to overcome. Because God is faithful, God is kind, and we're not given trials that we have no chance of overcoming. I think that is wonderful. That has been helping me a lot recently. So I thought that was very, very important scripture to read to you today. So, and also I've written down here just to remind me when I'm building the structure. So, got a lot of glass. Got some other bits and bobs. I'm gonna need more stuff. I'm gonna need more white, I think. I'm gonna need a lot of things. Typical General 64 Hello 64 fashion. I probably don't have enough stuff to build this whole thing right now. But that's perfectly fine because, you know, things might change here and there while I'm building this thing. Like this. Actually, I mean, you've probably seen it thumbnail. I always give kind of the whole structure away in my thumbnails. But as of right now, I don't exactly know what this is going to look like in this world. I have built it in a creative test world. However, that does not immediately translate because there's going to be some differences. But this is going to be essentially a big cork coaster for a big glass of milk to sit on. And in the top of that will be a cookie and a straw poking out. And let's see, down here, let me just do this instead of jumping. These are going to be different patio levels for a lot of seating, because my idea is that this is a very popular location. You know, we got nice riverside view. I'm probably going to widen up the river in the future because it's a little thin right here. I was going to make it go out more, like more with this curve, but as you can see, that would leave like nothing to this river. So this small patio down here, it's, you know, it's smaller. This is a larger section up top. And yeah, you're able to see the lovely unfinished swamp castle that's been unfinished for well over a year. Maybe almost 2 at this point. I don't know how I don't know how long it's been since I last worked on this. Probably like 2 years. Actually, yeah, no, it has been 2 years. Oh man, that's not good. I gotta I gotta work on that again. Yeah, I might do that in live streams. Tell you what, I might try to do some of that in live streams. Hi, Spider. Come to check it out. Yeah, I know I'm slacking. I'm sorry. This is. Sorry, man. I could be doing better, but sometimes I forget it's right there. Even though I built the Banner Bridge right above it, not above it, but you know, overlooking it, and it would look very nice someday if I actually got it finished. It's a very time-consuming thing. And, you know, like anything in this world, I do spend a lot of time doing things. So, the world well is huge. That's not going to be finished anytime soon. But I like that because it's a very, very long ongoing project. I keep working on that for a long, long time. And, yeah, keep having fun with that. But, so, for this episode, yeah, I'm going to be doing all of this. Just going to turn these into different floors. I think I'll have stairs going down. I don't think you'll be able to go underneath this. That's not really part of my plan. I'm going to have to get rid of a lot of the grass. I think all of it. Because I'm going to have dirt mixed in with the cork material. So it looks like cork. Because I have a cork coaster right next to me. And I want it to look pretty corky. That sounds like I said quirky, but whatever. Point is, I want it to look like cork. So I'm going to put dirt and also jungle wood in here. These are just stairs going up, but I'm gonna have it mixed up, and then I forget what else I put. I think I put like oak logs, but like only the top, kind of like this. Actually, yeah, it has the oak log top texture. So yeah, so I'm gonna have a whole bunch of that, all sorts of things around here, and a big glass of milk, and I think I've covered the bases. I'm gonna have, I think, different floors inside of the glass of milk that are meant to, I guess, sell different kinds of products. So first floor will likely be pastries and maybe some smoothies. I gotta think about that one. Definitely milk and stuff at the bottom. But then the next floor is gonna be all coffee and stuff. I had help yet again with the coffee menu. Because, yeah, I wanted to know exactly what I should put on the menu, and I wanted a full menu. And don't you guys worry. There's a full menu for this thing. I'm going kind of all out with this thing, and it's already turning 9, so I think that's signifying that I've been recording for close to 10 minutes now. Which, you know me. I yap. Let me sleep. Yeah, I love yapping. So if I find an excuse to do that, I'm gonna. I think this ties together these two areas more, because before there's kind of only a link between these two areas by this path and this structure. Now I got this here. Eventually gonna build things here. Something down here, I think, too. Would be pretty nice. That's in the future, though. And I love that. It could be 20 episodes from now I do something right there. I don't know. I just know something will be there at some point. And the world will really be brought together. Like even there. I could do something there. I don't know yet. But that's awesome. What do you say? You know, I agree. I think this is shaping up to be quite awesome. Maybe leave a name for our spider friend in the comments. He's so friendly. Not everyone likes spiders, but I mean, look at him. He's very chill. He's a friend. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your service. Anyway, enough with me yapping. I will be back in a little bit when I think I've laid out this whole lower deck area a bit better, and I'd like to do a little bit of supports underneath this, or yeah, those, and the cork coaster. So I'll be back in a little bit after I've done that. So yeah, see you in a moment. Alrighty, folks, I'm back and taking a look here. This thing is looking pretty good. Man, I'm so happy that I'm doing this in this exact spot because I've had this idea for a long time. Man, I'm just so glad this is happening. So, without further ado, I'll continue the path a little bit. This is some extra gravel I had sitting on top of the rainbow tower because I was going to do a video very recently about that, and might still, might not. It might be a while until you see that one. Gotta think. Even though I have it all planned out, Sometimes I sleep on ideas because I need to think, oh, is there something better I can be doing? Anyway, this is the cork coaster for the glass of milk to sit on. And of course it's gonna turn night, but I guess that'll give me a little bit of an excuse to come this way. So, you know, I'm gonna sleep immediately because I don't want anything to spawn. A lot of things like to spawn here, and since a lot of this area is not lit up, it's a little bit more risky. Oh yeah, I'm gonna probably make this into a covered bridge. Gotta think about that one though. I think it'll turn pretty good. But side profile of this thing, I'm liking it a lot. It's incredibly unique, and it's hitting the points that I really wanted it to. I definitely feel like this would be a very popular location for people to go to. Oh dear, this area is going to need some fixing up in the future. This is looking pretty rough. Heading on over this way. Here's zombies. I like this a lot. I love how this thing is turning out. And if you're wondering why these little parts down here, these floors, aren't coasters as well, well, I don't know. I really only wanted that to be the main coaster. So when I did these were just kind of little additions. But I'm so glad that, man, this is looking really good. I like this. It's kind of blending these areas, giving some more stuff. There's a zombie over here somewhere. And I can't wait for this area to have more stuff. Give you more things to look at. Man, a little bit in awe. Things are turning out pretty nice. So, without further ado, I will carry on with the time lapse. Anything else right before I do that? I don't think so. I'm probably gonna run out of white wool, honestly. But I think I might actually have enough glass. Have to see, but do the time lapse of the whole glass of milk, and then I think afterwards I will do a little bit of the video showing you the interior, doing some of the interior. Won't do it all because I think that'll take like well over an hour, but I will carry on with the time lapse. I'll be building the whole glass, so. Of course, timestamps. I timestamp my videos if you wanted to skip past, but why not stick around and take a peek? So, yeah, let's carry on with the time lapse, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, everyone, I am back. As you can see, I am in my house. I was doing a little bit of smelting because I wanted to get some stuff ready to do the interior. And I'm trying to think, do I need anything else? Well, I mean, my house is right here, so I don't think it's that big of a deal if I have to go. Also, yeah, for some reason my dogs, I think something attacked me. I think it was the zombie over there and by the mushrooms. My little area I built a few episodes ago. And they all set up, and until I reloaded the area with them, they didn't let me allow them to sit down. Yeah, so for some reason they were only able to stand for a while. I don't know why. A bizarre little thing, but that's okay. Also, every time I have to go this exact route, I really enjoy having all this stuff to run past. And as you can see, here it is. The almost complete structure. There's 3 dogs over here. Yeah, here's another one. For some reason, he was halfway in a block. But yeah, this is what it's looking like. I'm thinking it's turning out pretty good. So yeah, my idea is like it's a big glass of milk, and you've got little chunks of cookie in it because, and these are some like chocolate chips. Little pieces all throughout. Oh, also, a very interesting detail for the keen-eyed viewers. If you look at these different things I have here, you'll notice there's a little bit of a pattern regarding how each of these things look. And I'll give you a second to think about it. Exactly what these things are. So, if you haven't guessed already, these are the Tetris block shapes. So each Tetris block is comprised of 4 pixels. So 4 blocks. Each of these are 4 blocks. I thought that was a pretty neat thing to do. So, yeah, this one, it's not really a cookie crumb you would see, a big long cookie crumb, but that's okay. We'll just look past that. And I might change up this entrance into the cafe. Which actually, can I put the sign out here? Oh, I can. Now, if I change the spelling, you'll see in the thumbnail or in the title or something. But the Crummy Cafe. I like it. Liking how this thing is turning out. And I think I just lit up, yeah, this little area down here. Because it gets snow on it, that's fine. But the tables and everything, I love it. When I bake a ton of cakes, put some cakes down on those tables. Maybe make some of them half-eaten. Maybe try to make some people in there. I don't know. I don't have mob heads to use, so I just have to use like full blocks of wool or something to make people. But coming inside here, this is the first floor. This is where I will be doing, what's it, like pastries. And up here, as a possibly temporary fence. And this is where I will be selling all like the coffee and whatnot. So I might do pastries and, well, if I do milk down here, that seems a little weird. So yes, I was gonna be doing some of this down here. So yeah, I don't really need that. I might try to make a display case. Let's see if I can work one of these out. Also, yeah, I had to gather a lot more glass, but now I have a ton of extra glass. I don't really think I need that much, but a lot of supplies goes into me building things. But I love how they turn out, so I will not be complaining. Except for maybe iron. Iron's kind of pesky to get. So yeah, I keep thinking back to the scripture. This has been incredibly helpful to me for the past few days that I've been working on this thing. God will not put you through something that you cannot endure. I love that. I'm gonna keep thinking about that for a long time. That's incredible. Anyway, now when it comes to this, I could do diagonal, but I mean that might be a little strange. I could use a fence gate to get in here. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I might just make it like right about here. Yeah. And then, so I was thinking about doing trapdoors on the front of this. I like that. Of course, there's going to be a lot of coffee cups around. The flower pots. There might be... I'm debating on whether I should put any seating in here. Maybe like a few seats. This is like the luxury area. You get to watch them make stuff. I don't know if you'll be able to make them, or be able to watch them make any of the cookies and stuff in here, but you can certainly try, right? I like to have this little area in here as well. Sort of like border going across the top. I'll have some lighting in the top here. That's for sure. I don't know if I have any levers here. I know there's a whole bunch at the house. However, I kind of don't really want to go and grab all that. That's kind of a bunch to do right now. And grab all this excess wood and turn it into sticks. Boom. Don't think I'll need 14, but I'll use it eventually. Because I want to stop trying to use so many torches. But like for areas down here, it's kind of hard to. So, let's see. How do I want to go about doing this? I might try to... I can actually put these in the ceiling, actually. The way I have this constructed. It's actually, no, it's not 3 blocks. It's 1 block. So I could do... Yeah, the way I could do this is... put those in there. And I actually don't have to worry about hiding the levers because I have a perfect cover up for it. There we go. That looks a little bit better. I might make some slabs. Say I might, yeah. Put some like spruce so it's like a little bit more flush in the ceiling. Yeah, I think let's go for that. Oh yeah, and I forgot. I'm just gonna put 1 birch log right there. I forgot to do that earlier. What was I gonna grab? Spruce. Don't have a lot of it, but that's okay. Yeah, and I'll put some of the other lights and around here. I have other floors to do this with too. I like that. That's better. So yeah, I'll probably come up with a layout in not too long here for that. But create a little register. Oh wait, I did say I was going to do a display case. I could do a little one on this side. It's tricky because it's not a ton of room. Tell you what I will do, and I will put this block down. I'm gonna leave some pastries right in here, so I don't have to keep carrying that stuff around. Do I have item frames with me? I probably don't, and I probably don't have much leather left. Well, guys, let's go on a quest. I'm gonna bring you guys with me because I know you love seeing this enthralling footage of me wandering through my world. And quite frankly, I don't blame you for missing it. This is peak content right here. There we go. Beacon coming in clutch. Speeding up the process. Yeah, I love how my world is shaping up. I say that quite frequently, but I seriously love it when... I'll just probably make 10 item frames at this point. But I love how things are developing. That is definitely not how you make that. Wow. Boy oh boy. Folks, I promise I'm somewhat good at Minecraft. Oh, there's actually paintings in Minecraft as well. That would be... Man, I'm a little bit forgetful sometimes. Let's make some of these. Woolen goods. 3 magenta wool left. That's okay though. I will get more. I have more at the woolworks. I just don't bring it over here. I actually sent it back to the woolworks for whatever reason. Because I think I wanted to consolidate all my wool. But that's okay. Now I got more decorations. Decorations that you would probably think of instantly in this version because, you know, there's not a lot to work with. However, that is okay. Also, sometime I think I'll either move this or like fix it up, making a very neat little watchtower. So, let's see. I want to make a little display case. Should I have it in the wall a little? This is tricky. Tricky. I'm actually gonna have to figure out the ceiling as well. Because I could do... Tell you what. Move this over here. And if I do a display case right in here, maybe I'll move it one over again. So that I have... What should I put it on? I guess try stone. Folks, this might not be the best looking display case there is. However, I'm trying my best. So, listen, you can't argue that my stuff is unique, right? Right? This is... Surely you've never seen this before. And I will put glass across this. But putting... I will eventually have to break this and put... cake and stuff in here. Actually, while I'm able to, I will sneakily... Oops, don't wanna do that. It's not quite what I'm selling. Do that. Let's grab... Okay, this is not all I sell. And this little display case might change a little bit. But I'm kind of... Oh. Well, you know, effort. The attempt. The attempt is always what matters. You know, that's... Sometimes things happen and they're not quite what you expect. But that's perfectly fine. What matters is that we try. Believe me, I think there's an attempt in here somewhere. Well, I'm gonna get... well, that works. Interior design is my forte, if you can tell. I'm usually better at these things. But... Yeah, can I make a little register? I have all my stuff outside here. I'm sorry, folks. The inventory is... Even now, in this older version. Granted, I probably don't need those. Yeah, probably not. But even now, inventory management. Sometimes make 2 registers because I'm going to need 1 for upstairs. Take more signs. Wait, where the rest of my signs go? Okay, folks. I apologize. I swear I'm not falling off. Do the register right here. And yeah, I'll move this over here. So usually I like to have a chest nearby a register. Because I even have that one in that little trinket shop near my floating thing. Way over that way. It's just something I like to do. So there might be some small adjustments made within this place, but yeah, a little bit of water. And there's not even I guess there is a river right here, but it's not the most conveniently placed water source. I'll keep this for the upstairs, because that's where the coffee bar is. And this is the one that's going to be a little bit more intense. I don't think I'll do all the sign writing yet. However, I will be doing a brief amount of things. Heading on up here, let's see. Staircases. So let's see. I was thinking about doing a curved... Man, I don't even have enough for a crafting table. I need a crafting table. Okay, tell you what. I will always have a crafting table on hand now. There's so many in the cork thing beneath me. I'll bring this with me. Okay, I need this because I need to turn this into a whole bunch of this. So, yeah, I was thinking about probably removing this. Probably having this go around. Yeah, do I think I'll have enough space for the menu? 2 things in here. I think this should be enough. Let's see, the way I have this going around, I think I'll leave. Alright, this is enough room, I believe. Now, I'm kind of poor when it comes to iron right now. So, I know one thing for sure. Is that I will have to be gathering more iron soon. Because this isn't going to cut it when it comes to this. Lucky me, I have 1 stone button left. This is the classic thing, you know? Gotta throw it in a coffee pot. It's an awfully hot coffee pot. I know, I'm hilarious. Thank you. What am I gonna do with this spot? Tricky. Because there's not really much of a point in you going over there. I don't know. I'll see about that. But a little more counter back here. I'll eventually add more. Probably add another sink right in here. I'll put the register right there. Then a little chest for things back here. And then same deal with downstairs. I will be doing this kind of thing up top. Good. And then yes, I will put some lights up top then. I'm not going to work all of this out right now because as you can see, I'm very slow. Very slow. But that is okay. Imagine this is where you get your order. Ding ding. Your order. I could put a little hidden note block under this or something. Because I think it can go down 1. We'll see. If I had more room between the floors, I could make a little jingle. So if you throw your thing. But it's only 2 blocks. I didn't think that far ahead. Now, I'm going to have a little board for the menu. So I'm going to make more fence and use, I think, birch planks. So it stands out against the wall. So let's see, I got a whole bunch of this. I know I likely won't need that much, but that's okay. It's always good to have extra. Rather have more than less. So then, yeah, there's going to be that. But, so yeah, we'll probably have it go across this whole back part. So the menu board will likely look like this. And this. So you'll have some drinks here. I don't think I'll use this little space. And I think... do I have to like... I'll have it maybe look like it's being held up a little. So maybe putting... some little extra details, right? Can always go for some of those. Because... yeah, I know it'll... this area up here will be... I might put some... spruce things in there. I don't know. I think I'll go with... oh dear, it appears to be hollow. That's okay. Trying to... now, I don't think I can do this and then have that light up. That's right. So I do have to do this. I apologize, folks, for the extreme slowness in my work. You're seeing a master at work, per se. So you get those weird shadows in this version. So my only thing is, do I want to change that? Oops. But yes, then this will be... I don't know. Because I haven't organized this yet. I have a list of all my drinks that I'm going to add. But I think this one will be... this just say... coffees. This would be, say... espressos. It might not be this, but that's okay. So yes, I will be doing a little bit more tinkering with this. And I'll be right back once I've gotten a more finalized result. So I just wanted to show you guys more of the process, but speak more over it. So yeah, hopefully catch you guys in a second. Alrighty everyone, I'm back. And let's take a look at the finished result. This should be basically all finished at this point. Of course it's turning dark, but yeah, let's get a look at this from above as well, because you kind of can't see the straw too well, but from a distance you can see it very well. And it's another very unique thing that adds to the skyline of my area, and I loved how this thing turned out. Yeah, so right through the cookie, got a big straw. That could have ended very badly. Why don't you come down here with me before something bad happens to you? As you can see, I have several of my dogs here. For some reason, they followed me here the one time. I don't know, but anyway, there you are, safe and sound. Heading on, and actually, let's take a look at the outside area here first. So, actually, yeah, there's 2 cakes I do need to make down there. So, before the end of the video, I'll make those 2 cakes. Because I need to get buckets of milk. But, coming in here, I did change this up. I made it a little better. Put a light right there. And display all 3 pastry items. I don't have a menu here. It's kind of just like in this display case. Cookie, cake, and pie. And heading on up here, I can't remember if I did any other minor decorating, but now you're gonna notice there's a big blank space on this menu. There's 7 things missing, and that comes to this book and quill, which I'll show you in a second. But I've changed this up so these signs are a little bit more accurate. But got the brews of coffee and all of this. So there's a lot to look at. Brews of coffee, we got decaf, regular, and intense. Then for our cold brews, we have cold brew, cosmic brew, explosive brew. Then we go on to the dairies: 2% milk, oat milk, potato milk, jumbo cream, heavy cream, creamed air, and creamed cream. My menu is very unique. You cannot argue against that. And our espresso brews, we got regular, sunlight, and Vanta, as well as never ending, endless bliss, aether, and density. Now for our syrups, we have mocha, peppermint, pumpkin spice, vanilla, caramel, gunpowder, and redstone. Our teas, we have chai, matcha, and green. And then our drink sizes, itty bitty, normal, and regret. Now I would love to make a huge pot, like a 3x3x3 pot of coffee, or even bigger, but I unfortunately can't because I don't have terracotta. I get terracotta soon, after next episode, really. So I could technically make a big cup of that somewhere, and then some unfortunate person has to drink that. Which is, yeah, regret. Don't get the regret size of the density brew of espresso, because this thing is lethal. But yeah, we got our different kinds of coffee drinks. So we got the Americano, Cappuccino, Latte, Cafe con Panna, Affogato, Flat White, Cortado, Frappuccino, Red Eye, Cafe Misto, Solo Shot, and Utopia Shot. Now, when you look in here, this is what describes everything I just mentioned. Minus the teas and the additives, what do you call those? The syrups. Those are not mentioned in here because I haven't got to that yet. And I'm also waiting because I'd like to come up with more drinks for this menu over time. So if you have any ideas of any combination of these things, if you've been to like Dunkin' or Starbucks or any coffee shop, should maybe get a sense of like how this goes. But if this helps, I'm going to quickly describe each of these. So the Americano is espresso shots with water, hot or iced. Cappuccino is espresso with equal parts foam and steamed milk. Latte, espresso and steamed milk, hot or iced. Cafe con Panna, espresso shot over whipped cream. Affogato, ice cream with espresso shot over it. Flat White, extra shot of espresso crafted just like a latte, its signature white dot. Cortado, equal parts espresso and steamed milk. Frappuccino, blended coffee and ice with whipped cream and flavoring. Red Eye, coffee with a shot of espresso, hot or iced. Cafe Misto, equal parts coffee and steamed milk. Solo Shot, 1 shot of espresso, hot or iced. Utopia Shot, 2 shots of espresso, hot or iced. So that is what all these are, and of course you can add any kind of milk for those things that said steamed milk. And whipped cream is just whipped cream, of course. And of course for any of them you can add your own syrup, your own kind of espresso blend, or for anything that takes coffee. There's all these, and I do explain what each of the brews are. So decaf is just decaffeinated coffee. Regular Minecrafty brew, you know, your average brew. Now intense, every milligram of caffeine has been infused to essentially have 1 kilogram of caffeine. So a brew that has 100 milligrams caffeine has 100 kilograms caffeine instead. It is indeed intense. this would instantly murder anyone in real life. This is dangerous. Now, cold brew coffee that is stronger flavor, notes caffeine. Cosmic brew, the stars have aligned once an eon. Blah blah blah. Very rare. If you wanted to take your time reading this, I think I've yapped a good deal enough. I am not going to read this word for word, but explosive brew. You got to mix gunpowder into it. Then on to the dairies. 2% milk. That's milk. Oat milk. It's oat milk. Potato milk. That's a mystery. We don't quite know what that is. And jumbo cream. This is cream made from heavy cream and a secret ingredient. Itty bitty cows that are inside the cream and duplicate the milk. Heavy cream, heavy cream. Creamed air. You whip air with the elusive baking air. Creamed cream. Cream squared. You take jumbo cream and use heavy machinery to whip it into creamed cream. It's essentially concrete. Regular espresso. Oh yeah, this is our espressos. Regular espresso. You know, just slightly stronger coffee. And cold brew. Sunlight. This is when sunlight is imbued into the espresso beans. And you glow upon drinking it. Vanta. Essentially, a sunlight bean is like a light bulb. And when it goes out, it turns into a Vanta bean. So, both are quite rare. Nether ending. A rare bean found in the nether. Now, these are very ambiguous descriptions because they are meant to have special effects. Yeah, you don't know that until you drink it. Same with the Aether. Rare bean found in the Aether. Density. Now, this one is intense. This is where I essentially got to when I finished it. But this is an even stronger one. And now this has its own plants inside the bean that have their own beans. And it's essentially like an infinite loop. Getting smaller, but to a point where the molecules. It's a little mysterious. You don't need to understand how this works. Just understand that for 1 kilogram worth of caffeine from the intense blend, this contains 1 metric ton caffeine. So if you get a regret size of the, let's see, let's just say you get a dopia shot of density, you might die, or you might become the Flash. Either one could happen. But you go so fast. Anyway, I have 7 slots on the menu, 7 signs here. Each can have probably like 1 or 2 new menu items. So I'm leaving that up to you guys to interpret and potentially decide a name and a combination of things that could be in it. So, yeah. Anyway, let's head on over to... Let's bring my dog here. I have no clue which dog this is. They get mixed around so many times. They were originally in here and then back there at the Bobby Shrine, but I don't really know which is which anymore. Oh yeah, here's some more. Anyway, I gotta make those cakes. Where is the buckets of milk? Let's head on over here. But yeah, as you can see, that looks cool. I like that. This area's coming together, isn't it? Soon I'll have horses too. How about that? That'll be nice. Now I forget quite often how you make a cake, but let's try our best here. Gotta go with wheat on the bottom, milk on the top. That might be wrong. It's correct. Okay, 2 cakes. And I can't accidentally place these down. That in there and these in there. But yeah, this book and quill, I will, when I finish it, I will put it inside there as like the kind of manual. the barista manual for referring to descriptions and stuff. But that might be a moment, because I want to find several more drink combinations, and I might come up with some by myself, but I want to see if anyone out there had any ideas. And if so, I'd like to put that into the actual Crummy Cafe. Oh yeah, I apologize for my dogs barking in the distance. You can probably hear that. Alright, there we are. So, yep, got 3 cakes, and when I am able to use terracotta, I'll probably have the regret size of beverage somewhere in the world. Might need like a horse and buggy to carry that thing. It's gonna be huge. Anyway. Yep, I think that is it for this video. So, yes. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm gonna say next to this line. I've mentioned this, I think once, at least already in the video so far. This scripture has helped me immensely, and if there's one takeaway from this video, it's that whatever you might be going through, you are capable of withstanding it. God does not put you through things you are unable to withstand. And that has been helping me a ton throughout my life. So, especially recently. It will definitely be helping me through college. So, yes, that is my scripture for today. And I do hope you enjoyed this episode and my new structure in my world. And, yep, that is all for me. So I hope I can get you guys in the next one. And God bless, and bye-bye.